underneath the picture, there's always little caption saying what it is. So you have got prom dance gown, bridal gown, doctoral gown. What's the full stop doing there? Sorry. Pediatric gown, cotton dressing gown, brushed cotton white gown, infant gown, christening gown, large EFP ultra protection gown, Arab gown, labor and delivery gown, satin gown. Go back. Can you identify which is which? But what is fantastic, they not only learn a new word, but they learn it in likely chunks. What collocates with the word gown and what doesn't. Similar thing for pylons, for instance, where you can get all types of pylons and the students know how to apply the word. Again, sometimes there is an extreme authenticity. For a few weeks, now it's gone, there was a very impressive pair of legs, and it said, impressive pylons. But they're gone, so now it's a safe word. Okay. Now for kinesthetic learners, needless to say, computer clicking, it satisfies the need so much. So I am not going to focus on the kinesthetic. Now, I have shown you a number of party pieces, and you can say, oh God, where can I learn? How do I find out about? The first thing is, I want to say big thanks to Jamie Keddy, who helped me with learning to do screen capture. And, you may know screen captures and say, what's the problem? I had problems. I was doing the word clouds, but I couldn't save them. I couldn't keep a record of them. And I wrote to Jamie because we were corresponding about something else, and I said, Jamie, what about this? And he said, oh, go to my website and you will find the answer. And I was doing that e-learning course, and I thought, not another text to read. And what it was a film in which he explains to his dad how to do screen capture. You can hear their voices in the background, the screen. And he basically was watching it, pausing, and then doing it on my computer. And within 5 minutes, I learned how to do it. If I were to read it, this is not my medium. Reading and then doing is not my medium. I felt almost like in Matrix. Remember, in Matrix, he gets this cable, and after 2 minutes, he says, I know Kung Fu. So I felt like Matrix, after 5 minutes, I know how to do screen capture. Because it was a visual teaching and learning experience in the mode that appeals to me. This e-learning course was read, test, completely was, it was a disaster. And I had very big problems with doing quizzes in Moodle, how to do all these numbers. There is simply on the same picture by picture, explain how to do quizzes on Moodle rather than read and do it. Very good program on learning platforms. I can see you are writing down the things. I think we can find a way of passing on the links and a little bibliography. A very good website I would like to recommend. I discovered at this TESOL. Russell Stannard has got his own website. He does everything in the visual way. And I found he spoke, so you watch a film, and he tells you how to use it. There are a number of tools I discovered, and I'm definitely going to use, but I haven't made friends with them yet properly. TEFL was only in April. One of the tools is, I always very much believe that my students, apart from giving essays, submitting essays, they have to submit a sample of their spoken English on a carrier. In the old days, it was a cassette recording, and then, the carriers changed. But on a carrier. And as well as marking essays, I mark their spoken production. It's faster than marking essays, because you've got nice grid, you just tick, as you listen, you mark them. So, and it's very good preparation for oral exams. And if they cheat and rehearse 5 times, I'm not fussed. The only regulation is they mustn't read. If it's spoken exam, they mustn't read, they must sound authentic. So, there is now a program called Vocaroo, where you go online, you can even be video recorded, you can do your speaking, it's saved on the site, you send it just as a link to the teacher. How much freedom? No carrier, no nothing, just a deadline. Triptycho is a very good tool for word order. Basically, you have got words and they can be jumbled up and you can play with them like fridge magnets. Again, I just discovered it. And I'm not under I was under no pressure to say, oh, here I come to Izmir, so I have to show you how to use it. I know it exists, I have been informed. When I'm ready for it, when I have to jazz up an exercise on word order, I'm going to refer to it and slowly learn about it. Where you can add speech bubbles to photographs. Nice for writing on the level of sentences, phrases, spoken grammar. So it's waiting to be used. As I said, it's one step at a time, slowly, without rushing. With PB Works, I told you I'm just using the students. The students can visit the website, can go to the links in YouTube, watch the films, do the tasks, but I'm not letting them add their own stuff because I'm a bit worried about losing control. But when I'm ready for it, they will get the passwords. 3 websites that I treasure for university courses: Academic Earth, TED.com, and Fora TV. These are all websites with academic lectures. TED.com, the rule is that I always keep forgetting, it's either 18 or 19 minutes maximum, and it's on a very interesting personality talking. So basically, with our PB Works tool, we can put some worksheets, link to a concrete lecture, and the students can work on their own and bring the evidence of the work. Let's see what about this bringing. So 3 very, very good, reliable, interesting sources for university courses, lectures to be watched. I know my next PowerPoint, once I'm ready for it, is not going to be Word, it's going to be Prezi. It's a kind of PowerPoint where you can zoom in, zoom out. My students said, oh, teacher, don't use PowerPoint. I said, for Izmir, I'm going to finish it the way it is, and then I'm going to learn when I'm relaxed and not under pressure. Maybe something that you will want to. And for our students, if they don't know it, it's very good for reading, for understanding. So if they have to follow the instructions in English, so they read for understanding. So having done the SWOT analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of using IT, we have got one very important thing, that the 5 minds for the future, recently created by Howard Gardner, a new theory to follow the 5 minds for the future. He talks very much about a disciplined mind, and using IT requires certain discipline. Also, it requires terrible discipline if you're doing e-learning, because there are deadlines, and if you're late 1 second, sorry, you lost it. Also, it addresses the ethical mind of copyright and not cheating. I'd like to address the issue of cheating in a second. So the ethical mind and respectful mind. And of course, it has lots of creativity. So I think that IT very much belongs to the world of the 5 minds for the future. And it is a tool for the future because it's to do with lifelong learning. The teachers stop teaching, you graduate, but you can still research. And there is a problem of students cheating. I said about teachers getting frustrated, copyrights. Our students are allowed to use mobile phones in the exam or test because they have got the dictionaries, and it's writing with the use of dictionaries, so they can use traditional or not. But they have got connections to the internet, and there is a website in Polish, ściąga.pl, crib.pl, where you can find all sorts of essays. And you can just, and she was just, reading on her screen and copying it. But of course, it was clearly and very quickly discovered that it wasn't hers. Or they write their essays in Polish, they put it in Google Translate, and then they say, oh, I used the dictionary a bit, but it's obvious, it's such gibberish that... Then the other problem is, who does the e-learning? If students follow the e-learning course, you don't know if they themselves do it or a colleague whose English is much better. Or, I know how the students do it, if their English is not very good or they have got timed exam online. They are all on Facebook. One takes a try and says, no, this is the wrong answer. So then the others know which one not to take, and they take it in turns. So the reliability of these exams is not very big. But the problem is teachers and institutions sometimes don't want to know it because they want the students to pass. And, for example, prove that the students are B2 level when they aren't. The same thing, online applications, job applications. You know, who knows who did the test, really? There's no fingerprinting. So there is this ethical mind very much involved, and I think we need to work on the ethical and respectful when it comes to e-learning in various respects. And as I said, and this is the last thing I'd like to raise, really, is towards the end, the students did lots of research, watched lectures on academic earth. What to do with the outcome? Of course, they can bring it into classroom, but they could also create the e-portfolio, a kind of portfolio showing their additional work, which will be part or integral part of the final grade in the course. It's nice because it gives us other ways to assess the students. So some form of recording the outcomes of the students' own work. So the final message. Can-do statements for IT. We can be even more humanistic with IT. We can better address learning styles. We can take on board preferences, learner preferences. We can show we are in keeping with the times, that's the teacher's side. We can enrich our repertoire of methods and techniques. We teachers can still run the show, not the machines. But at the same time, we can engage and involve students more and learn from each other. So there's so many opportunities and so many things we can do thanks to e-learning that, you know, when I got to the end of the putting together the presentation, I thought, good. So it means that there is future for us. There is future for us teachers. So a similar cartoon to the one you had earlier. My term paper has hypernet links, full screen video clips, animated fonts, awesome 3D special effects. Now all I need is a topic. We have got the topic. We know exactly our methodology. All we need to do is harness what is available to serve our needs. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them, you know, during the break. All I would like to say, if I put out the forms perhaps in the hall, if you would like to be on the mailing list of Humanizing Language Teaching, it's for free. Just please write your name and never mind. And what will happen is every time a new issue goes live, I will send you an email that it's out and tell you the news and invite you to write. Simon, it works, doesn't it? You get the okay. So I will put them outside and please add your name to the list. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite our Assistant Director, Ufuk Solmazlar, to present Mrs. Kryszewska a small gift. Thank you very much for your contribution. Dear guests, now we have a 1-hour lunch break. Lunch will be in the lunch hall, and you will find your lunch tickets in your name tags, as you know. And our students will be around to help you. And I would like to inform you that we would like to take a group photo of you. So would you please join us in the front garden at 1:40, and please remember to join us there. And our plenary session, next plenary session, will start at 1:50. See you, enjoy your meal.